Do as I say, not as I do. That's basically what the West is telling Russia. They like to preach and come off as the saviors of the world, slamming any country that doesn't play by its rules. So, of course, it's hardly surprising that this is what Moscow got in response to the referendums.
Russia's sham referenda, if accepted, will open a Pandora's box that we cannot close.
No nation can redraw the borders of another by force.
The sham referendums were engineered in Moscow and imposed on Ukraine. This land grab is illegal and illegitimate.
He can't seize his neighbor's territory and get away with it. It's as simple as that.
Of course he can't. He's Russian, not American after all. This is something only Americans and their allies are allowed to do without any referendums. Let's take Israel, for example.
Will your administration, the Biden administration, continue to see the Golan Heights as part of Israel?
Look, leaving aside the legalities of that question, as a practical matter, the Golan is very important to Israel's security.
It's very important to their friends' security, so let's ignore the legalities in this case, shall we? Who cares about Syria losing some land and locals having to flee? The conflict lasted over a decade and resulted in Israel annexing the Golan Heights in 1981. But again, who cares? As long as good old America is your friend, you will not get cancelled or sanctioned. And if it comes to the U.S. itself, does it practice what it preaches? Remember Hawaii? Back in the 1890s, the U.S. just came in, toppled the local queen, and proposed a treaty of annexation. The native Hawaiians banded together, wrote a 600-page petition, and within days, 95% of the adult native Hawaiian population signed, opposing the move.
We, the undersigned, native Hawaiian citizens, earnestly protest against the annexation of the said Hawaiian Islands to the said United States of America in any form or shape.
But less than a year later, the U.S. just single-handedly annexed Hawaii anyway. Almost 6,500 square miles of territory snatched. Who cares what the local people wanted? What was important was what the U.S. wanted, a convenient military base for its war with Spain.
We are not American. We will die as Hawaiians. We will never be Americans. America always says they are democratic. Lies! That is a lie! They have never been democratic with Native people.
It's the U.S. way or the highway, basically, because they have no problem accepting changes in other countries as long as it suits them. Kosovo, for example. Back in 1991, there was a referendum there, and people voted to become an independent state.
The referendum laid the first foundations of the state of Kosovo. It sealed the desire of the country's citizens to live independently and paved the way for unstoppable processes toward the revival of the state.
That referendum was okay, right? But how was it different to the will of the people in Hawaii? Apparently a lot different. And it's ironic, if not sad, to see the president of Kosovo tweeting something like this. Illegal land grab? Sham referendums? Of course, when Russia is involved, it can be anything else, the U.S. would say. But if it fits the agenda, it's only well and good, isn't it?